Hola darlings, me llamo Casey. Yo tengo 24 años y soy logopeda. Estoy aprendiendo español hace desde 2 meses. En este video voy a hablar de mi experiencia mientras llego a ser bilingüe. Pero no se preocupen. Voy a hablar de mi experiencia en inglés because this is too much and it ain't easy, okay? Alright, so hey darlings, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as I've mentioned before in previous videos, May is the month of better hearing and speech. And as an SLP, you know I got to hold it down for my speechies. So today's video is going to talk about my journey to become a bilingual SLP. And I really want to talk about how to do it. And I want to make sure that I'm not misleading you guys in any kind of way and having you thinking that I'm doing something that I'm not. And I also don't want to be out here just saying I'm going to be a bilingual therapist and in saying that as if it was like so easy and not an accomplishment in any kind of way, disrespect the bilingual speech language pathologists that are out there now. So I just wanted to clear up some stuff and let you know some information about how to become a bilingual speech therapist and just some different facts that I've learned along the way. The number one thing that I want to stress about becoming a bilingual SLP is just that learning the language, if you are not already a native of that language, that learning the language is not enough. You don't just learn, like let's say for this case, in this video, I'm gonna use me as my own example, and Spanish. So clearly I speak English, and you know, as you saw in the previous clip, I speak broken Spanish. I wanted to stress that learning Spanish is not enough. Like learning the other language that you want to give therapy in is not enough. ASHA says that a bilingual SLP has to have native or near native proficiency in the language that they're going to be giving therapy and services in. You learning a language and then calling yourself a bilingual therapist does not necessarily mean that you are that qualified to be a bilingual SLP. The second thing I've learned is that if you want to be a bilingual SLP and you are an undergrad or you're about to go to grad school, you can actually choose programs that specialize in bilingual speech language pathology. There are programs out there that you can go after, but for me, clearly I've already graduated and my program did not specialize in bilingual therapy. The best way I know how to do it now is just stepping stones. Like my first thing is learn the language. Then when I begin to read a little bit more about bilingual therapy and the best ways to provide that service and what I need to do and everything like that, I can go to different conferences, I can take different classes, I can get different certifications. That's how I plan to educate myself and to become a good bilingual SLP. However, if you have the opportunity to get into a grad program or any program that specializes in bilingual speech language pathology, I would encourage that because then you would kind of have a good overall foundation before you step out into the world. The third thing I've learned is that you have to be a highly skilled therapist in the language that you already know. Like I said, I just graduated last year from my grad program. I finished my CF a couple months ago. I got my C's a couple months ago. I'm super fresh, like I'm really new, and I don't want you guys to think like, oh, as soon as you get out into this world, as soon as you graduate, like that's it, you know all there is to know. You can do, I mean, you can do anything, but you always have to learn. Just because you're out of school does not mean you're not gonna keep learning or gonna have to keep learning, because everything that you learned in school is already old. There's already new research and there's constantly things changing within the field. So I can't get out here and think because I've had like literally like a year of experience and then I'm learning some Spanish for a couple months that in 6 months I'll be qualified enough to call myself a bilingual SLP. With that being said, becoming one is gonna take a minute. I have to be highly skilled in English. I gotta know, you know, all of these disorders and what's normal and what's not normal. So if I have to be highly skilled in the language that I speak right now, think about how skilled you have to be in the language that you are learning so that you can become a bilingual therapist. Like, that's on a whole nother level, which is why I plan to dip my hand in every setting, every population, everything I can, so that I can be as well-rounded as possible. That way I can kind of just feel confident as just a new SLP, and then kind of dive into like the bilingual SLP and the skill that I'm gonna need in becoming a bilingual SLP. So you really gotta just be good at what you're doing right now in order to even be good at it in another language. If you're not already a bilingual like individual, like if you just are like me and you just speak English and that's it, then it's gonna take you some time. My plan is just to learn the language right now. It's gonna take a long time. I don't care if it takes me 10 years. If I wanna be a bilingual therapist, then that's what I'm gonna be. And that just goes back to my life motto, which is if you truly want to do something, that's what you will do. And this is what I want to do. So I don't really care how long it takes me to learn the language to do what I need to do, but this is what I want to do. I don't want anybody to watch this or watch my last video and think, oh, she's gonna be bilingual in 4 months when, you know, I still got janky Spanish. Like somebody looking at me like I thought you was gonna be. It takes a lot of time. So number one, I'm just gonna learn the language. I'm gonna do as best I can. Of course, I'm gonna practice, you know, phrases within therapy with my Spanish-speaking children. I'm gonna practice speaking with other people who know Spanish, get my conversational level up. Hopefully, I can get to the point where I can submerge myself in the culture so that I kind of know what's normal, what's not normal. Take some classes, get some certifications, go to some conferences. I want to learn as much as possible so that I can be the best therapist in English and in Spanish that I can be. Hope this video helped you guys a lot. I hope it kind of dismantled any misleading ideas. Just really didn't want to get on here and say like I'm gonna be bilingual and make y'all think that it goes a way that it does not go. This is the facts. Like, this is just the fact. So please don't ask me in 3 months why my Spanish is still janky. It's just gonna be janky for a while, okay? Like, leave me alone, like I'm learning. So if you speak Spanish or you are bilingual SLP, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Give me some advice. Like, I mean, I know I'm here to talk to y'all, but y'all can talk to me too. Let me know how it is for you. What some tips that, you know, that I can use in my own therapy or in my learning process, in my journey. Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with a friend who might need the information, and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, darlings. Adios, darlings.